All right. It works. Okay. Now, while I'm talking to my precariously balanced potato here, I hope to God that y'all understand what an endeavor this was. That right there is probably the hardest freaking material I've ever had to drill through. And I mean that. I broke several drill bits. In fact, I'll show you a piece. You know what I'm saying? I broke that bit right off of the old, right off the other drill there. I'm being harriered by a wasper around here. I don't know what he's up to, or she. I don't know. But if you look, I can get that to kind of focus on my fingers. No. Okay. Well, since it ain't going to focus, trying to get it to focus down on my fingers. Good luck at that, though. You'll notice it when it's actually looking at the drill bit. There is a double-ended drill bit. At least you can see that in the freaking video here. One of these ends is actually sheared off and it's shattered in all directions. Got hung up in the workpiece. And it wasn't because I was going too fast or too slow. It's just because the material itself, you cannot go slow enough to drill with it. That broke on the slowest setting in my drill bit, or in my drill press. The absolute slowest setting. So, I don't want to hear about all that. Oh, well, you know, it ain't got a high carbon content. Motherfucker, it's got a really high carbon content. Holy shit, that's some high carbon content, because it's basically silicon carbon steel now. It's not even the what I started out as is just pure carbon steel with a little bit of chromium and vanadium. Now it's got even less chromium and vanadium and a whole lot more silicon to it. This makes a better edge, I've noticed. A little bit more gummy of a steel, a little more sticky of a steel. But it's only on the outside. Now, here's the real trip of it. I'm going to show y'all another knife I've been working on. And it's still in the works, but this one dulled my biggest drill bit. I thought it was funny. Anyway, end of the day here, I'm having me a beer. So anyways, they're my biggest drill bit. And you can't really tell because the video quality, I'm filming with a potato again. But yeah. So, doing the drill hole through in order to make the rattlesnake tail here, which I'm going to string those that cordage through the filigree wrap. I'm going to go through the holes here in kind of a rayed pattern in order to give it a finger well grip, and it's going to go around the outside of the palm swell and around the outside of the finger swells, which is just 4 pieces of wood. Well, I want to do like a couple of small pieces of wood up here and then do like a bone down here, kind of like a bone or a bone simulant, so forth. That's the idea or the concept anyway. That way it's got that through hole. It's going to hold everything together instead of having to pin it like the other. And so it'll have that full size handle, and still be relatively light, I guess you'd say. But yeah, drilling through the middle of this, you could really see how that carbon core affects the inside of that. Get it to focus on it. You'll notice there is a definite bevel going to that edge on the inside of the blade here, or the inside of the handle of the blade here. And that is because when I was drilling it on this end, or no, on this end here, when I was drilling it on this side, that drill bit wandered all the way over to here instead of going up the back like I wanted it to. So I decided, okay, well, I'm going to make it have a little bit of a decorative there then. And so I started drilling this side a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and it just wouldn't center. So I went back with a Dremel tool and cleaned it up on the other side so that it at least has a little bit of a temperance to it. But yeah, this has got a full-on solid core going down the middle of it. That's a real pain in the ass to drill. Mind you, this is so high carbon. These blades are. They're so high carbon that even after annealing the blade, and you don't realize this, but in order to drill my blades, in order to even get a drill bit to bite, I have to anneal the blade. So it's completely, it's been cycled back to a softness that I can actually get into it. And yeah, that's why it's binding up. Even, soft as it is, it's still binding up in the blade. And it's hard at first. This drilling right here, where it's got the other side here, it hardened. It literally work hardened before I even had the drill going in far enough. And this one broke 2 drill bits, and I had to go back and grind my drill bits lower and lower and whatnot. And so there you go. There's a lot of work into just making a fucking handle on one of my blades. This is why I don't like drilling the handles on my blade. I like doing bound handles, just because of how much of a difficulty and a pain in the ass that is. 6 holes. If I was to just replace drill bits, that's 8 drill bits. 6 holes, 8 drill bits. And reminding you that I'm using 3 different drill bit sizes in order to get everything righteous. So, the other drills are in the chuck. I'm not going to mind with that one, but you can see here, that one doesn't look too bad. That's just been reground down. Size higher, that's the one that shattered. Like full out shattered, and you can see it in the tip of the thing. It's just shattered pieces. It doesn't like to focus on things that are close to the camera, but you get it. So, yeah. Literally shattered this thing. Spitting diamond everywhere. Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, those are diamond drill bits. Not fucking your standard standalone high-speed steels or diamond. So, fuck your horse shit, you naysaying sons of bitches. This is some of the freaking toughest steel you're ever gonna find in the world. There you go. Have a nice day. Neo Garzmanami is out.